What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Beaufort Zone. We have our first ever girls lacrosse matchup here on Beaufort Zone, and really our first lacrosse matchup ever. Really, first time ever covering this sport alongside me. We got Thomas Erdell. How you doing tonight, Thomas?
I'm good, Vanya. Just excited, like you said, first time ever covering the sport. My first time ever watching any lacrosse game. So yeah, just excited to as I continue to branch out and learn new sports, see what the sport's all about.
Yeah, so we both took some time to look at some videos and to try to follow the rules and figure out exactly, what the penalties are, what the timeouts are, what you can and can't do. So it'll be interesting tonight to see exactly how the game is. So starting off already wrong here. We have 15. We started off with 15 minutes on the clock. It's actually 25 minutes. So we're going to get that fixed for you in a moment here.
Hilton had passing the bar. Apparently in the cross, I found out you're allowed to go behind the net at all times, just like in hockey. They're trying to score early, denied by the goalie there.
Yeah,
Good attempt early on, just action going on.
yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, they come in here already. 0-1 is Hilton Head. Beaufort's 1-1. They've won big and then they've also lost big. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out here tonight versus Hilton Head.
Yeah, not sure if someone has in the same region in this sport
At the time.
as Philip Simmons. But Philip Simmons, they lost 7-4, but looking to bounce back tonight for Beaufort. And a goal scored already here, I believe, by Hilton Head. Already off minute 30 into the game. And already scored a goal there. Now face off first one. Their first of the game.
There we go, getting that scoreboard updated for you, so where you can keep up with the game action. And Hilton Head's going to win the second faceoff here tonight already.
Yeah, so far two face-off wins for them. Hot start to this game, and obviously, look at the rosters and looking down at the benches. You've heard a much bigger team than Hilton Head, but so far, a great start for them. Those face-offs already up 1-0, to add to their lead.
Yeah, I saw that. Beaufort coming to the game. We got another goal by Hilton Head, starting off with a 2-0 run here. But yeah, I saw that. I looked up the rosters. Beaufort High comes in very deep. They got 30 numbers on there, and they only skip like one or two numbers, whereas Hilton Head has the same amount of numbers, but they skipped a lot in between 1 through 30. So definitely a lot less girls on their team.
And already just not even 3 full minutes into this game, Hilton Head already up 2-0. So maybe Beaufort might go into that deep roster they have, get some subs on. Beaufort wins the face-off there. Their first whistle will gain possession. Now a shot, and that's denied. Now another whistle. Beaufort retaining possession.
And so far, first the lacrosse game, what's been hard to follow is that normally when you hear the whistle call, the clock normally stops when you're watching, any other sport. And so far, lacrosse here, the clock just keeps on going,
Yeah,
which kind of throws it off.
I believe I was reading earlier in the rule book. I'm sure it varies at different levels, but in the second half, it's a running clock. Not sure how accurate that was, but just a thing I read on it. But like I said, excited to, as I watch more games and learn more about this sport, just trying to branch out into all different sports. So excited for the spring season as well. There's sports such as soccer, softball, football and baseball here for Beaufort High. Hilton Head again on the attack, but blown dead by the referee.
Yeah, and so and that's one of those things that we're also going to have to learn to work on too. One of those things we're going to have to work on too is just paying attention to the foul calls and learning what all the signals mean inside the sport and trying to learn everything that we can.
Now, third goal for Hilton Head, a little delayed reaction there from the referee, but that person scored up, but now the whistle is blown and already Hilton Head up 3-0. So now a substitution for Beaufort High. Clock stopping on the face-off, though. I noticed just now.
Yeah, I know. I noticed it stopped every goal, and I'm not used to having the 1 point score. We still have the football set up here. Because actually, I was going to talk to you about a little bit what kind of got me in here a little bit late today was I was going to go home after I got off and kind of get set up and everything, change over to lacrosse and everything, and had some mechanical issues with my car and had to work on my car and change out my alternator and everything before I got in here. Missed my haircut appointment, so it was just the terrible afternoon for me.
Yeah, you made it. That's all that matters as of
Yeah.
right now. And obviously, Hilton Head on the attack again. Already up 3-0, staying aggressive. Try to add on to that lead. Passing the ball around here very well. Hilton Head a perfect angle. Looks like we'll get a shot attempt, but blown dead by the referee.
All right. Everybody, we are aware of the audio issues with Thomas's microphone, so we are working on that as we speak, trying to get that settled.
And with the possession, ball out of bounds. Up. Here's they retain possession. Hilton Head up 3-0 here on the attack once again. Beaufort trying to score their first goal, trying to play tough defense. Hilton Head with a pass out from behind the net. Excuse me. Now circling back around. Whistle from the referee. Playable and dead. Hilton Head retaining possession. Good passing here from them.
All right, Thomas, can you hear me in there?
Yeah, I can.
All right, guys. So we got the audio fixed. Basically, we do have an inline mute switch on each of the headphones, and we didn't check it out. We had a moment. So normally, I kind of run a lot of the audio and everything by myself, running the camera, the graphics, and everything like that, as well as doing the commentary along with Thomas. So it's kind of hard for me to stop, and check on everything during the streams. And so we just had to check just now. It's just a little funny gap is that the inline mute switch was just ticked on, and that's why you couldn't hear Thomas in the mic. So we switched mics while I worked on this one, and so now I'm on the other microphone, and basically just the inline mute switch was on, so we good to go. Both commentators in.
Hilton Head again on attack, moving the ball up the field. The dribble here. Beaver High trying to scramble back on defense, looking for the pass. Hilton Head pass it back out. Might see a shot here. She does shoot, and she scores. Beaufort now down 4-0. Almost said they're up 4-0. Excuse me, but Hilton Head, the Seahawks, making a statement here in this opening half. So far, Beaufort not had an answer for this Hilton Head team in this first half. Now the fourth face-off of the game after a goal, fifth overall. Hilton Head win their fourth face-off of the game. Looking to score again. The shot, no good. Scooped up from behind the net. Try to look for a pass.
And you see her just kind of twirling that stick around while she was looking for a place to pass. And that's something I learned when I was in college. And I had a roommate, Tyler. I was always interested in lacrosse, and he played in high school, and he decorated his room with his high school jersey and his lacrosse sticks and everything like that. And he showed me a little bit how to use a stick, and how to make how to loosen up the net so that way it's you can catch the ball and everything like that. But it's called a cradling the ball when you do it like that. He got another goal really quickly, but it's called cradle on the ball, and they use that so that when the ball stays in the net while they're running and just try to keep it from falling out. And it's kind of an interesting technique to kind of learn how to do that while running, and you just kind of take some getting used to doing because you're not used to rocking your hand back and forth while you're running.
Yeah, definitely a cool technique. Hilton Head scoring again. Now at 5-0.
And we are a little bit ahead on the score clock here, so we're going to let that the time on the scoreboard actually catch up here. It's just going under 16 minutes. We're at 13:40, so about 20 seconds ahead there.
Good defense being played here by Beaufort. Aggressive man-to-man. No pass being allowed here. But the layoff. Now Beaufort winning possession.
Yeah, scooped up and going the other way. Lily and Carr making her way across the 50. And I wonder if they use the yard lines inside, lacrosse because they play on the different size field. And so it's not the same as the football field, even though that's where they're playing, because this is a school, so it's not that. But I wonder if they mention the yard lines when they're running on the field and say, "Hey, meet me at the 10 or the 50." So across the midfield was Lily and Carr.
Yeah, and the thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the game and talking to Beaufort's coach, he said they had to dominate the middle of the field, and so far obviously they have not been able to do that tonight. He said another key for them was possession, and so far obviously they have not had a lot of it. Excuse me, and that is the reason why they're down 5-0.
And Megan Alvarez gets on the board first for Beaufort High.
Beaufort, good job getting their first goal. Now on the board, 5-1 Seahawks lead.
So yeah, now we can actually start getting some instant replays and things going during the stream. I was trying to work on getting that audio fixed at the beginning of the game. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the game, and now I can kind of get some of those things going and start announcing some of the names of the players here during the game. Try to make it a little bit more of a better broadcast here today.
Beaufort with their first face coming after they score a goal. See if they can win this one here. won by Hilton and once again dominating these faceoffs.
Yeah, and they've won, and it's a little bit interesting because I've watched some of the boys lacrosse, and usually do the face-offs on the ground, and of course they're padded in a quick goal already by Hilton Head.
Yeah, Hilton scoring at will in this first half, 6-1 now. And right as Beaufort gets on the board, Hilton able to answer.
But yeah, so far a commanding 5-point lead here in lacrosse. And, what we're going to learn is, how easy is that, to come back from in lacrosse. The 5 goals. Is it a big lead? Is it a game of runs like, when we do basketball where, you can easily chip away at a lead like that, but you're going by ones, you're not going by threes or, sixes or sevens like, football. You just straight up 1 goal, 1 point. And see how easy it is or how hard it can be to come back from a deep hole such as 5 points down.
Yeah, good defense being played there by Beaufort. Whistle dead by the referee. Looks like they're going to retain possession, and off they go. Going all the way there. Finally passes it off. Beaufort trying to find their second goal.
Like she's trying to work that ball in her net there, and it looks like it might have got stuck there for a second. And the referee is going to check the net. He checked the nets before the game. It's interesting to see to make sure no one has an unfair advantage, and I think she's going to have to get a new stick here as it wouldn't roll inside the net. So that's something that, probably would provide an unfair advantage just because that ball should be able to loosely come in and out of your lacrosse stick in the net there instead of getting cradled in there. It's that way you have unfair because then you could just run without, having to hold the ball. It would just stay in there no matter what you do. So they're gonna give Hilton Head the ball at the about the 25.
Yeah, interesting to see them get the ball back to Hilton out of that. Obviously, not really a mistake. Nobody's fault. But obviously, the ball not able to move in that net. Now out of bounds, Hilton will take possession.
Yeah, some interesting camera work here too on my end. Like I said, first time doing lacrosse here. So it's like, I try to get the close up so you can see the players in detail, but not get too close so you can see the formations, but then they can just fling the ball really quickly to the other side of the field. Definitely work there just to be able to follow.
Good pass attempt just goes over. Ball out of bounds. Still Hilton possession.
And she kind of just slid her way through there just now. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't like she just kind of ran through there, but she kind of just slipped. I think, herself, Massey was just kind of surprised. She kind of made her way through that group of Eagle defenders there.
Yeah, Hilton did a great job of moving the ball around. Good passing, getting in between the creases of this Beaufort defense. But now Beaufort with possession. Excuse me. Now on a breakaway.
Yeah, it's breakaway. Liz Livesay up front with the shot and the save there by Rail Stracco.
Nice save. Defense struggling to get back there on the breakaway, but the goalie coming in clutch. Excuse me. Keep fumbling over my word.
From my viewers. Yeah, it's like I said. So you remember when I showed you my very first football game with the commentary? You sound exactly the same way I sounded during that game. And like I said, it's lacrosse. You kind of out of your element a little bit. You kind of really don't know exactly what to say to kind of liven up the crowd and what I'm saying, to keep the entertainment factor going. So I completely understand you on that. But it'll come with time. Like I said, we got multiple lacrosse games, boys and girls, on here lined up for this spring season. So definitely will come in due time. Maya goes on, not able to hold on to the ball there, picks it back up, and on the other way, drops the ball again.
Good job to recover.
And I'm not sure if that was the defense goals on, dropping the ball there, the defense by Pellegrino there, causing her to drop that
Nice
ball.
passing. He unable to finish at the net. Now Beaufort going the other way. Excuse me. Hilton Head winning it back though.
Yeah, and they're having a hard time keeping that ball in the cradle for a little bit of a second there. Now going the other way, nice little stretch there by Amia Ramirez, running for about 50 yards there.
Beaufort trying to get a second goal on the attack. Drops the ball though. Now Hilton Head trying to make a breakaway. Loses the ball. Beaufort get possession back.
Yeah, that was another pass to Goslin, and that ball was out there. I don't want to say wide open. I don't know if that would be the term in lacrosse, but drops the ball again there. Now up front, shot attempt, nice save there by Jordan Ramirez for Beaufort High.
Yeah, great save by Ramirez. Breakaway for Hilton Head. Looked like she was going to score, but the goalie stood tall. Stood tall. Hilton Head retaining possession.
That time trying to find an opening, and then you got another shot. This time Goslin holding on, and she almost hit a load of gritty there. Did you see that?
I did not.
She hit a load of gritty there. Here, take a look at the replay here on the screen. She gets that shot in there, and then she goes in there. She almost hit a little bit of a gritty right there for a little second there. There she goes right there at the 6 yard line.
Unable to get the save that time. 7-1 now for Hilton Head. Another face coming here. Hilton Head wins it once again. Good pass. Great save.
Yeah, another great save there on the shot attempt. And they're gonna need a lot more of those if they want to make their way back into the game. But I don't know, maybe if it was the defense, but definitely gonna need some more points on the board for sure. And Martinez passing out on the Goslin. Once again, another drop ball in her area, but she does have a goal here ready tonight. And now Ramirez just trying to find one of her teammates to get the ball to safely.
Now Beaufort looking to make a run downfield. Picked up by Hilton Head.
Beaufort High working, playing some good defense. They're getting a little bit farther and advancing the ball onto their side. You're seeing it in their possession a little bit longer, which is a great thing. They just got to get some more points on the board. They want to catch Hilton Head. The 6 point lead here.
Yeah, great ball movement by the team so far. Obviously, advancing high up the field, looking for a shot.
Yeah, live say looking to advance down there through the middle, try to get that shot attempt off. Didn't go too well for her. Now Hilton Head making their way the other way, and then Goslin with the ball. Looks like that is an easy save for Ramirez.
Good work by the goalie there.
That's some aggressive play there by Hilton Head. You see Lily Friday chopping at that stick there. The Beaufort High fans, you hear him below us, not too happy about that.
Ref let him play. Shot attempt, no good.
Yeah, Goslin trying to swing around the back of the net, throw one in. You see, she tried to be cool about scooping that one up and keeping it running, but wasn't able to.
Whistle by the referee. Still Beaufort possessions.
I love how simultaneous though their penalty calls are. Like, well, not simultaneous. I just like how seamless they are. Like when football, basketball, any other sport, there's a penalty. There's like a pause in the game. It takes a moment. It slows down the pace. But this is like the whistle blows. There's a penalty or a call, and then they just keep going, and it doesn't even take 5 seconds, and they're going the other way. You know. And so this is probably about as long as you'll see. Right here, as far as them taking some time after a penalty.
Beaufort once again deep in Hilton Head territory, trying to wrap around.
Yeah, she was trying to wrap around the net. Good defense, but maybe not with the bouncing shot. Number 18, Amia Ramirez getting in. Well, no, that was not 18. That was not Ramirez. I apologize. 18. That's 16. Lillian Carr.
Now just a 5 point deficit for the Eagles here. Another face off on the way. Blown dead by the referee. They'll do it again.
And Hellhead again winning the face off. They keep number 5 out there, Olivia Costello. And she's been winning them so far tonight. And Carr, got to learn the statistic there. Would that be called a steal in lacrosse? There, she just slaps the stick and it falls out there. She gets the scoop and goes the other way. And now, speaking of Costello, she's now limping off the field. Hopefully, she'll be okay. So we didn't stop the clock there. Now coming up to the field is Maddie Massey for Costello. So we're about 30 seconds ahead, and we're going to let that roll down. We got 2:33. It's 3:01 on the scoreboard. So we're going to let about 30 seconds go by before we start our clock. And going in with a quick shot attempt. Alvarez.
Beaufort now only down 4. Great goal there.
And now a 4-point lead for Hilton Head, a hole for Beaufort High to be able to climb out of. There's just under 3 minutes left to go. And once again, we are still about 20 seconds ahead on the clock. So we got about 20 seconds before we're going to let roll off here before we start our clock. 2:51 is the time on the official scoreboard.
Beaufort wins that face off. Good job by them there. Now Hilton Head with possession.
Ramirez backing too far up. Backing up like she went too far outside of the net there on the defense. Fighting, trying to pick up that loose ball.
Beaufort trying to play good defense to close out this half.
Yeah, Massey now in for Costello, taking her time, and there goes the shot attempt, and goal it is for Massey coming in on the substitution.
Back to a 5-point lead for Hilton Head. Another face off coming here. Won by Beaufort.
And Beaufort winning this time, and not able to hold onto the ball there was Ridenhour. And now going the other way, Markowitz for the Hilton Head Seahawks. Passing it up front. Thought that was Gosman there, but that's Mill Branded trying to find some room. Working, trying to get a shot attempt off before getting that stick tap there with Markowitz. Going out what would be the back of the end zone. And Ramirez now trying to find someone to pass the ball to. If she can hold on to it. I wonder how much of a difference it is to be able to cradle the ball with that goalie net versus a regular versus a regular lacrosse stick. I've only used the normal lacrosse stick. You got the short stick, you got the longer stick, but that goalie stick with the larger net, I wonder if it's a little bit more technique involved.
Whistle there.
Like I said, a whistle and then they just keep right on going. I kind of love it a little bit. And we got a timeout call here. I wasn't able to see who made the signal. I thought, but referee coming in. And Ramirez now coming off the field crying, and they're gonna have to get another goalie into the game with the pajama pants on. Kate Lamb, sophomore, now into the game. And the action will continue.
Looks like Hilton Head gonna take a 5-point lead into half here.
And trying to score at the last second, Pellegrino. And not going to be able to get all the way there. So that's going to be the end of our first half. Hilton Head Seahawks with 8, Beaufort with 3. Welcome back, everybody, into the second half. We are live on Beaufort's own with Girls High School Lacrosse. Beaufort taking on Hilton Head from across the way. Got a 5-point ball game here in the second half.
First half, Hilton had winning a lot of those face-offs. Beaufort trying to win the first of the second half here as the team switched sides. Beaufort facing a 5-point deficit. Hilton Head with a 5-point lead. Beaufort were being shut out for the majority of the first half until they got their first goal and then added on two more to make it three. But Hilton Head to open the game, scoring nonstop. So looking to do more of the same here in the second half. And for Beaufort, trying to defend better. And as coach was telling me in the pregame, they got to dominate the midfield and maintain possession. So look for them to try and do both these things and climb out of this 5-point hole.
Yeah, definitely for them, that'll be the key to try to keep it going. And with Beaufort tried to do their best to come back there. A lot of scoring in the final couple of minutes there to be able to get that game to 5 points. So they got to be able to turn it around, but still a long way to go. They pushed that lead back to 5.
Face off coming here, so they're going to redo it. Hilton Head
A little bit of
appeared to win the toss, but
yeah,
actually now Beaufort with the ball. Spoke too soon there, but
Beaufort looking a little bit aggressive there on the run there before getting the ball taken from them. But it looks like they're actually just trying to push the ball there.
yeah, and both teams right now kind of going back and forth, stuck at midfield. Neither can advance past about like the 50 or 40. But now Hilton Head pass sails way past their net there, but picked up by Beaufort. Beaufort defense passing the ball around, trying to work it upfield. Hilton Head able to retain possession. And the key to this game for Hilton Head so far, we've seen them have a lot of fast break points and shot opportunities. Obviously, Beaufort Scully been able to save a lot of those, and now they get another shot attempt here and a great save.
Yeah, Lamb still in the game for Ramirez here to start the second half. I'm not sure exactly what happened with her, and like I said, she still has her gear off, and hopefully everything's okay with her there on the sidelines.
Hilton Head getting possession back, but that was a great save by Lamb. Now
Yeah,
weaving through this defense, trying to get a shot off, and that is a goal, stretching the lead to 6. Hilton Head now up 9-3. Beaufort still unable to get the ball out of midfield and just keep it out, not able to keep it out of their own half. This Hilton Head team has done a great job tonight, staying aggressive on the attack, dominating midfield.
a little bit of a windy night here. Nice temperature, but the wind is blowing and we're up a little bit higher. So we definitely can feel that wind blowing the breeze up here on top of the press box.
Yeah, there's a girls' soccer game here tomorrow against Hilton Head as well. I'll be sure to dress more comfortably, more shorts and a t-shirt. Obviously not the best weather for, like you said, this breeze, but it feels good to be able to actually talk freely again in that first half. If anybody noticed, I was starting over my words a little bit,
Yeah.
and I wasn't nervous or anything. It's just for some reason I can't talk and hear myself at the same time, and obviously with that audio problem uh, we had to switch mics, and you obviously had the audio feedback turned up, and I was like, wow, this is weird. I could hear myself. So as I was trying to talk, I could hear what I just said in my ear, and obviously, that works for you, but for me, I found it very strange. And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's a weird thing to get used to, man. It takes me a while. Took me a while to get used to it myself.
great save there by Lamb. Now Beaufort looking to go the other way, but whistled dead by the referee. And even though obviously, she just gave up the goal, 2 saves already here to start this half.
And I wonder with lacrosse, is it just the numbers? Like the more shots, the better chance you have to win, obviously. But whether it's a good or a bad shot, is there coaching to just take as many shots as you can, or do you always want to make sure you get a good shot every time you take one?
Yeah, especially like right now, you see she's behind the goal, but not looking to wrap around, just trying to pass it into a teammate. So Beaufort ending up with the ball now, trying to make a run. A thing that has been interesting to see tonight, honestly, like as you see her to go down the field right now, is
Yeah,
that just pick up the ball from about the 20, 30 yard line on the opposing side and just take it all the way. Been very impressive to see, while cradling that ball.
yeah, and then just sprinting to the other side. And like I said, I'm still flabbergasted. Like I said, I know the people watching at home still see my camera pause because I'm just so used to other sports. Is that when the penalty's called or you hear what's the game stops pretty much. You got about a minute or two, in the action before then the next play, and then with them they just pick it up, pass to the next person, and they just keep it going.
Beaufort with some good passing here, trying to weave in between these Seahawk defenders. Whistle blown, they'll retain possession. Trying to get back into this game down 6.
And that is so we hear the scream. Let's go, Lillian. That is Carr taking the ball. 13 trying to get a shot attempt.
Good defense there by Hilton Head, and now again trying to score on the breakaway, but unable to corral that one. She picks it back up, however, and just weave between two Beaufort defenders. Nice moves there. Whistle called for there by the referee. Looks like it's going to be Beaufort possession.
Yeah, she's gonna hand that over to Cruz Perez after the penalty, and that's what they do. I think they just exchanged the ball at the spot for the penalty and just go the other way. Defense again by Hilton Head.
Looks like they have the advantage on the attack right now in numbers, at least momentarily. Now as Beaufort defenders able to get back and looking for another shot here, but she'll just pass it off instead, looking to wrap around.
I feel like that would be the coolest shot attempt to come from behind the goal and just kind of like throw it over like a leaping like shot attempt coming from behind the goal. Like I feel like that would be one of the coolest ones in the one-on-one attempt there, and I'm just surprised she missed that at close range.
Yeah, looked like she went for the full power there and wide left. But Hilton Head still with the possession, passing the ball around. Now Beaufort, though, with these defenders able to get back, obviously we've seen Hilton Head kind of weave through their defense with ease tonight, obviously having scored 9 goals, but Beaufort trying to play better defense with those numbers back. And what's interesting to see is right now, and obviously throughout the majority of the game, like Hilton Head, they have 2 players just behind the net standing there. So another cool strategy to see in this sport.
Yeah, and that's how you take our time and watch more games. And we're gonna get in here and we're gonna talk to the coaches, at some point and kind of learn the game from them, and see what the strategy are, and who are the best girls on the team, and so on and so forth like that, and really be able to help us be able to hone in on this sport and be able to learn the most we can and get better announcing and everything like that, so we can actually know exactly what we're seeing going on here on the field.
Yeah, and again, Hilton Head just uncontested weaving through that Beaufort defense. Obviously, now Beaufort trying just to prevent another goal, but
Yeah, and they're
you know,
taking their time with it. So my question is there like a shot clock in lacrosse, or can they just take their time? And like I said, they got a 6 point lead here, so no really need to rush. I'm pretty sure they can't stall out for the whole you know 18 minutes left here, but they're gonna take their time, but they get one right on.
and after that large miss on their previous shot attempt and went wide left, went for more of a finesse shot there, is able to get the goal now. A 7 point lead for Hilton Head. Another face-off coming here. Beaufort's coach, once again, obviously, touched by twice tonight, but telling me that in order for Beaufort to win this game, they had to dominate possession, dominate the midfield, and unfortunately for them, and fortunately for Hilton Head, they have not been able to do either of those things. So looking like Hilton Head gonna get their first win of the season to move to 1-1. Beaufort's gonna fall to 1-2, but their second, at least at the score holds, or if Hilton Head adds more, they obviously already have had one lopsided loss, could be their second if the results hold.
Yeah, and they switched, face-off players there. Now that Costello is out, we had Massey up there to do the face-off and another goal there by Hilton Head.
Hilton had just been able to score at will tonight. Done a great job of just keeping the pressure on Beaufort. Beaufort, not a lot of opportunities for them to get the ball out of their half. They've just been overrun in the midfield tonight. And even though obviously they have a larger team than Hilton Head has done a great job with the players that they have. Obviously, an 8-point lead,
Yeah,
showing that team size doesn't necessarily matter as long as the quality is on the field.
well, the other thing to think about too is I think Beaufort High definitely has the numbers here tonight. Um, but the thing about it is that there's so few, high school lacrosse teams in the state that they don't go 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and then you got your respective divisions. It's all 1 through 4A. So, Beaufort High 3A, Hilton Head 4A, not too crazy of a difference. But, it does make a difference when you're playing, different size schools and the ability of talent that you could be able to find, from any given year with your size of classification.
And now Beaufort for just another goal there. About to say
Yeah,
for one of the
Pellegrino getting one in
one of
there.
the few times tonight that they've had the ball on Hilton Head side of the field. But before I could get my point off, able to score there. Great job by Pellegrino. Now back to a 7-point lead. And what's unfortunate for Beaufort is, obviously they've been able to score goals tonight, but it seems like every time they score a goal, Hilton Head get one right back. So if that trend continues here, Hilton Head probably going to go down the field and score. But Beaufort looking to decrease that deficit. Haven't been able to rack up back-to-back goals tonight so far. Able to win the face-off.
Yeah, this time so far a little bit different. Now Alvarez trying to find some room and getting it over to Wiggins, not able to hold on to it, trying to scoop that ball up and going the other way with it now is Hilton Head. And starting from the Palmetto State logo.
Hilton Head looking to add on that lead, cross it over into Beaufort side of the field where they've spent the majority of their night.
Yeah, they get over there and they're not super aggressive with it. They get over there, they just kind of get set and take their time setting up a play and just take time trying to make safe passes to each other until they can find a hole in the Lady Eagles defense.
Oh, you might see a shot attempt there, but backs out and
Yeah,
passes
Mac.
to a teammate.
Yeah, she got really close there. I thought she was gonna let it fly, but she didn't.
Hilton Head just trying to hold on possession, looking for the best possible shot there. Looks like they found it, but opted not to shoot.
I think I lost the ball there on that camera angle there. And goes right by Lamb as Massey.
Back to an 8-point lead. And like I said just a few moments ago, every time Beaufort score, they have not been able to been rack up consecutive goals. Every time they've scored to try and lessen that deficit, Hilton had been able to score and get right back to that lead that they were previously at.
Yeah, and you can score as much as you want to, but if you can't stop the other team from scoring, you're never going to win the game. And especially when that team already has a sizable lead, like Hilton Head already has here tonight.
Beaufort looking to win another face-off. Won two in a row so far, looking for that third. Hilton Head trying to end that streak already up big, so the result of the face-off doesn't affect them, but just goes down a stat sheet, face-off wins. I would imagine, anyways.
It definitely would, but like I said, they've been losing the faceoffs, here for the most part here tonight. So in my opinion, I would think that they're doing the opposite. Winning the faceoff with equal scores, but for Beaufort High, even though they lost the faceoff, they still got those 4 points on the board. And so I don't think really winning the faceoff would matter much for them, as they've scored on possessions where they haven't won the faceoff.
And for Hilton Head, obviously, winning the faceoff doesn't necessarily mean you win the game right away, but they've been able to win a lot of these faceoffs and just keep possession. We've seen them take their time. Obviously, they've been taking their time because they had the increased lead, but they came out of the gate hot. And since then, they've been more patient in their shot selection and the passes that they've chosen to make. So just able to run out the clock, obviously benefiting them with the big lead.
Yeah, and them taking their time, outside of the circle, and just trying to find some room and trying to find it. This will be the equivalent of running the ball in football. This will be the equivalent of the players passing the ball around the 3-point line in basketball. Just kind of weaving their time out. You got an 8-point lead here. You got less than 15 minutes left to go into the end of the game, and so you're just trying to take your time. And then another goal there, right on Lamb, straight
Beaufort
down the
just
middle.
unable to stop the scoring tonight.
It was another one from Massey, just sliding straight through the middle of the defense there.
Hilton Head doing a great job of finding the creases in that Beaufort defense, taking their time, finding the right pass, just able to score at will tonight. Obviously, like I just mentioned, came out of the gate extremely hot, and they have not cooled down. Beaufort only down by 5 at half, but able to come out and now take a 9-point lead. 13 and a half minutes to go on the game clock. Beaufort just trying to add some more goals to the stat sheet, barring a miracle here for them. And obviously, like I said, I'd never seen any lacrosse matches before, but I had no clue Hilton Head had such a great team. I did not imagine them putting up double digits in this game
And
tonight.
they
But
get another one already. As soon as you say that, Hilton Head just kind of putting on the points here so far tonight. Like I said, there's no difference in classification with lacrosse too, so that's the biggest thing. So a 1A school will play a 4A school when it comes to the playoffs. They just have upper and lower state, and the 1A through 4A schools, and then the 5A is the only one that has their own classification. So 3A, 4A here, not super difference, but it does make a difference. I mean, you can see the difference in the state championship with the football team. Who's to say they probably want to win in the 4A from one year to the next, but it's still, it's something to think about here too. 3A playing a 4A school, so. But nonetheless, to say, like you said, Hilton Head just kind of putting on a little bit of a clinic here tonight. 10-point game now, and winning another face-off.
I did not imagine the game being this high scoring. And obviously, I didn't know what to expect from this game, but
Yeah, for me, when you look at the records, and granted it's early into the season, the most the team can play is 16, but you got 2 games played by Beaufort High, one played by Hilton Head, and Hilton Head lost kind of big in that last match, and Beaufort High was kind of even in theirs. They've won big and lost big, so I was interested to see. I thought this might be a little bit more of an even contest tonight, and like you said, just really shocking to see the disparity here in between the teams tonight.
Beaufort with the possession, trying to advance it past their midfield. They haven't been able to do that a lot tonight as Hilton Head trying to win back the possession here. Beaufort able to retain. Now running up the sideline.
And right before the shot attempt, there's another whistle before Alvarez tries to get one in the net.
Thought for a second that might have been a goal, but like you said, right before the shot attempt, blown dead by the referee.
Yeah, one of the close opportunities for them, here tonight. And now Alvarez, who seemed like one of the best players tonight, gets an opportunity here to go straight ahead, and great defense by Hilton Head. Keep that ball out of the net, and Alvarez trying to scoop it there. And what would normally be the back of the end zone, tried to go between the legs there on the scoop.
Now lined up behind the net, Beaufort, about two or three players over there. But Hilton Head will have possession. First looked like it was going to go to Beaufort, but now run up the field, got the cross midfield as they've done so many times tonight. Good passing by the Seahawks.
And Mazlan holding on to it, haven't called her name in a while. Back into it, she's got a shot attempt and going to hit the side of the net as you hear that metal clank there.
Able to get the rebound, now looking for a teammate to pass to.
And Massey looking for the assist, not able to get it. And she scored a couple of goals tonight herself.
Yeah, nice pass by Massey there, but the shot wasn't able to see whose jersey number. But it's been kind of tough for me tonight to, I haven't really been naming a lot of names. Obviously, don't have the full rosters down yet. As the season goes along, like we discussed, I'll learn the players' names and all the jersey numbers. But good pass by Massey there, unable to get the finish.
Well, the other thing too is that we don't see too much of these teams in action, so we can't really, practice with, calling the names and getting them right. Being able to watch a game before and then Massey coming in and getting another point there.
Denied the assist, so she figured this time she'd get it herself, scoring
Right.
again, adding to her point total.
But
Just
yeah,
to
so we don't get that practice in that we, we'd be able to get because we don't see these games. We are the live streaming source in Beaufort County, so we're the only one we be able to see these games here is on our channel, and so we don't really get that practice to be able to, look at the players and hear their names common. And it's not like they're NFL, NBA players where we hear their names all the time and it's kind of easy to point them out. We got to learn these players' names on the fly. So it's a little bit different. And then with girls lacrosse, numbers are a little bit smaller. You got hair hanging in the background, and it's a little bit hard to see those numbers sometimes.
another face-off coming here. Just an absolute demolition. Basically a scrimmage for Hilton Head tonight as they win the face-off yet again, moving up the field. Now
Once again, another
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 goal,
mad attempt.
and immediately after winning the face-off, they just take it down the field and score again.
And
Obviously, not stepping on the brakes at all. They're full steam ahead with these goal scoring.
yeah, and now with the your 12-point lead here, the clock is not stopping. The clock is still rolling. Normally it stops after a goal, but still going to roll here. I guess they're going to go ahead and get this game over with for the night. And so we're a little bit behind as well. We're about 30 seconds behind ourselves on our screen here. But reminder, the clock is rolling and we'll keep ours rolling as well. If it stops, we will catch up.
Hilton Head once again winning that face-off as they've done so many times tonight. Looking for the pass here.
Christy taking her time, surveying the landscape, trying to find someone to pass to, trying to go for that pass in front of the net. And a little bit upset there was Dolan. She just kind of almost, just slopped her stick on the ground there. You got to keep going on those shot attempts, man. You miss the shot, you don't catch the ball, man. You just go for the ball and try to get another shot attempt. Don't catch your attitude mid game. She goes for the bouncer there. And Lamb almost let that one go between her legs, but saved by the pajama pants there.
Yeah, and with that shot attempt, she tried to flick the stick and it just fell out. The slip, but Hilton had able to retain possession though. Been a staple to their game tonight. They lose the ball, they get it right back immediately, playing aggressive defense, not letting Beaufort get get the ball out of their own section, keeping the pressure up, even up by 12 here. Passing the ball around here. Thought you might see a shot attempt there, but opts to back out.
Yeah, so far what they've liked to do is kind of go behind the net and try to get a person wide open right in front of the goalie and go from there. And Lamb, she's been doing her best tonight since coming in for Ramirez, and so far just not able to keep them out of the net. And you've seen a couple of times where those shot attempts, it's kind of just a slow reaction from her, and just kind of allowing those easy points.
Yeah, great job by her, coming in for Ramirez. Obviously, like you said earlier in the broadcast, hope Ramirez is okay. But and even though she's allowed, probably about like 8 goals, I believe. Had a lot of saves in there, so obviously probably wasn't expecting to play tonight. Beaufort looking to cross midfield. That clock's still rolling here. Hilton Head trying to add on their lead with 5 minutes left. Beaufort trying to keep the deficit at least the same. Obviously, this game well over for them unless they go on some kind of crazy run here down by 12. But
Yeah, one of the players for Beaufort would probably have to, just unlock a special ability or something here tonight before they able to take, the lead here, in such a short time. So like I said, rolling clock here so far. And, that's pretty much going to be, the end of the night. And once again, Hilton Head setting up, taking their time and, running some more time off the clock.
yeah, it's been a very impressive first game to watch. Introduction to the sport, Hilton Head versus Beaufort, but seen a lot of goals. 20 combined goals. Obviously, the majority of those coming from Hilton Head, but obviously make that now 21 as Hilton Head scores yet again. They just continue to add on to the goal scoring. Have not taken their foot off the gas at all tonight. Their coach telling them to keep playing hard. Doesn't matter how many points you're up by. Game's not over.
Yeah, quick assist there, and then Christy gets herself on the scoreboard there. As I don't believe she scored a goal tonight. That one being her first, if I'm not mistaken.
Face off coming here. Hilton Head yet again winning it. Lost count of how many times I've said that tonight, but just goes to show how dominant they've been in this game as they're looking for another shot here. Whistle dead by the referee. Like you mentioned earlier in other sports, there's a whistle by the referee. That clock stops, but obviously here in the second half, and even just in general, that clock stays moving. Hilton Head score yet again, take their lead to 14 points. I just cannot stop scoring tonight.
We're gonna take a moment to get our clock adjusted here while we got the time. So we can end the game at the same time as they do on the field, as we got a little bit behind there. And once again, a lot of the scoreboard stuff will be worked out by the next game, as I'll take my time and get everything all adjusted for lacrosse specifically.
Hilton Head once again winning the face-off, taking the ball up the field. Now just chilling behind the net, looking for that pass. Taking their time with it. Now just a minute 40 left in this game. And to score yet again. I scored about 3 or 4 in a row. Honestly, I lost count.
And a spin move there. This time caught by Lamb on the shot from Milbrandt. She gets another save in the column, and then Beaufort High. I mean, Hilton Head again on the defense, trying to stop her from tapping that ball, getting that ball to a teammate. And so, once again, if you are tuning in, you can always text Beaufort to 801-801 to donate and help support our coverage of local high school sports here. Provide our free coverage to the local schools in the area. So we would very much appreciate your support.
Under a minute now. Hilton Head trying to just end this game, hanging on to possession, see if they look for a shot here. Beaufort able to get possession here. Looking to go upfield, trying to score at least one more time before this game ends.
It's number 7, Lukey, trying to find a way, and Hilton Head coming back the other way, and she's running fast. So she's trying to get a score by the time the game ends. They're trying to get one on the buzzer here. Super aggressive is Hilton Head, and you see them cheering each other on, trying to get one as time runs out. And Beaufort High being aggressive, trying not to give up that final second timeout. And are they going to get a shot off? They do, but not going to get it to the net. So your final score tonight is going to be 18 Hilton Head. They're going to move on to 1-1 and 4 points for Beaufort High. And tonight they're going to go on to 1-2 here on the season. That's going to end the game. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. My name is Javon Livingston. Alongside me is Thomas Erdell. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow night as we got girls soccer versus Hilton Head right here in the Nest. Once again, thank everybody for tuning in.